Hey mathematicians, we are continuing to learn about three-dimensional shapes this week. Tell me what a 3D shape is. How is it different from a 2D shape? Tell me. Yes, you're exactly right. A 2D shape is flat. A 3D shape is fat or solid, right? A 3D shape is solid. And today, boys and girls, we're going to be talking about this three-dimensional shape. And this three-dimensional shape is called a rectangular prism. A rectangular prism. Can you say that? Rectangular prism. What word do you hear inside of that word? Rectangular. What does that word kind of remind you of? A rectangle. Rectangular prism. Rectangle. What do you notice about this rectangular prism? What are some things that you notice about it? I wonder why it's called a rectangular prism. Why do you think it's called rectangular? Do you see some rectangles in this shape? Yes. On a rectangular prism, we see some rectangles. So a rectangular prism is made up of rectangles. Remember, 3D shapes have faces on them. Faces are the flat surfaces. Let's count the faces on this rectangular prism, okay? 1, now I'm going to turn it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 faces or flat surfaces. Let's count how many vertices. Vertices are the points, right, or the corners. Let's count how many vertices. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's go on this side. 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 vertices. And then we can count the edges as well, right? The edges are the flat, the sides, right? Kind of like the sides of the shape. So a rectangular prism. Now, how is a rectangle, this is a rectangle, right? How are rectangles and rectangular prisms different? How are these two shapes different? Yeah, we know that already, right? This one is flat, a rectangle is flat, and a rectangular prism is solid, right? But how are they alike? We kind of already talked about this. We see some rectangles in a rectangular prism. Remember, a rectangle has two long sides, right? 1, 2, 2 long sides, and then 2 short sides. And on a rectangular prism, we see a rectangle with 2 long sides and then 2 short sides. I have some rectangular prisms here, and today you're going to go around your house and see if you can find some rectangular prisms around your house. But I have some already that I'd like to show you. And first, this is one of my favorite snacks. A popcorn box is in the shape of a rectangular prism because we see rectangles, right? We see some rectangles all around it. When you see a rectangle on a 3D shape, on a solid shape, if you see some rectangles, it's probably a rectangular prism, right? Because we see 2 long sides and 2 short sides. That's how we know it's a rectangular prism, when we see those rectangles. Now, I have another one this is one you really, really like from our classroom. And it's kind of a big rectangular prism. Whoa! What is this? This is our treasure box, right? Our treasure chest. And it is in the shape of a rectangular prism. How do we know that this is a rectangular prism? What do we see? We see what? Rectangles. A rectangular prism is made up of rectangles. We see 2 long sides and we see two short sides. If I turn it on this one, we see two, if I turn it on this face, we see two long sides and two short sides. So a rectangular prism is made up of rectangles on all of its different faces, right? We see lots of rectangles. So our treasure chest, our treasure box, is a rectangular prism. Now, this item, it can be in the shape of a cube, which we saw already, but in this case, it can also be in the shape of a rectangular prism. A tissue box can be in the shape of a rectangular prism. Now, last week we did see a tissue box that was a cube, but you know, tissue boxes can be in different shapes. And how do we know that this is a rectangular prism and not a cube? How can you tell that this one is a rectangular prism and not a cube? Tell me. Because what do we see on it? We see rectangles, right? We see rectangles on this rectangular prism, on this 3D shape. If this was a cube, all the sides would be equal. But we know that this is not, all the sides are not equal. We see two long sides and then we see two short sides. These are not equal faces, right? Or equal sides. We see rectangles on this tissue box. So it's a rectangular prism. And I see that cat from Pets, right? The Secret Life of Pets. That is a really funny movie. I really like that movie. Do you like that movie? I really like it. It's super cute. Let's see. Oh, I have one or two more that I want to show you. Our cinnamon box from the Home Living Center. I see some rectangles on this. Two long sides, two short sides. If I turn it on this face, I see two long sides, two short sides. I see rectangles on each of the faces, and that means it is a rectangular prism, not a cube. If it was a cube, all of the faces and the sides would be equal. But on a rectangular prism, they are not equal. We have long sides and short sides. So the faces and the sides are not equal like in a cube. And the last one, you like this one. Remember we had our little love money box? And guess what? There's still some money in there from where y'all were playing store in the Home Living Center. And on our little money box, I do not see equal sides. I see rectangles on each of the sides. Two long sides, two short sides, right? Look on this one. Look on this face. Two long sides, two short sides. So when you see rectangles on a solid 3D shape, you know it's a rectangular prism, not a cube. This is our cube, and this is our rectangular prism. A cube is made up of squares, right? See those squares? A rectangle is made up of rectangle. A rectangular prism is made up of rectangles. So that's the difference between a cube and a rectangular prism. See if you can go find some rectangular prisms in your house today, okay? All right, have a great day.